Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a kind of sad story on this one. This is not good. Yeah, Stetson Bennett, he's out for a non-football injury situation with the Los Angeles, and we're going to talk about this. What the heck's going on with this guy? He's had a lot of problems ever since winning that second national title. So let's get right into this story. It says Rams head coach Sean McVay, he says rookie QB Stetson Bennett was taken off the active roster and is facing bigger than football issues. And he's actually, he'd won the backup role, and that Sean McVay has asked for privacy following the team's decision to place rookie Stetson Bennett on that list. He was absent when the Rams played the Seattle Seahawks in Week 1 due to a minor shoulder injury. He'll miss at least 4 more games. Talks about the Bulldog star won the job as the backup to starting QB Matt Stafford during preseason, but the team has since promoted Brett Ripien from the practice squad. He said, out of respect for him and the situation, I'm going to leave all the specifics and particulars in-house. The Rams, of course, have refused to divulge the reason for placing Bennett on the NFI list, with McVay stating it's bigger than football. He's confirmed that the move has nothing to do with the shoulder injury. McVay said, I'm going to leave all the specifics in-house. Said, I'm not going to really have any follow-up information or anything that I'll give in that regard. He actually appealed to the reporters to respect his decisions and to keep the matter private. Said, I really hope that you can respect my wishes in regards to this. I understand you have a job to do, but there are certain things that I think are a little bigger and a little more important, and out of respect for the particulars, we want to keep it in-house, and that's where I want to leave it. And this is a problem that we've seen. He got arrested for that's actually, let's take a look at that. And if you'll remember, right after winning the national title, he was arrested for public intoxication in January, and he's been criticized, rightly or wrongly, for things like bad body language, high opinion of himself in the NFL scouting combine. Said he's a talented thrower, he's competitive, he's got the ability to make all the throws, he's a playmaker, he's accurate. He also has a high football IQ. He's just undersized. He says he has bad body language, he has a super high opinion of himself. He's talented, but he is going to be one of those dudes that sits behind just thinking he's better than everyone else. Then he played poorly in the preseason, reportedly had a shoulder injury coming out of nowhere. Then he was placed on NFI and removed from the active roster by McVay. Says it's really confusing that LA would even draft Bennett given his history, and there's being so many quarterbacks in the class without character concerns. But maybe McVay felt that fellow Georgia alum Stafford would model the way for him to gain maturity and become the best version of himself. He said, I don't want to speculate too much about Bennett's reasons for being on NFI because that would be unfair, but it's hard to not connect those dots with when McVay says that it's no longer going to be practicing with the team and it's not because of his shoulder, and then leave it at that. And you hope it's not a Johnny Manziel type of situation where he's none of that made sense in January. He was obviously partying, but it sounds like it's a bigger issue than that. So I don't like this. I was kind of hoping he'd do fine in the NFL. I know, he's not a favorite here in Tennessee land, but I'm not going to root against a kid. I'm just not going to do that. And I think he's a fine quarterback. I'm telling you, he was a nightmare to deal with. He had a real nice arm, made good decisions, and he was really elusive. He was very much a dual threat quarterback in college, and I thought he would be successful in the NFL as probably a backup. But if he's got other problems that are way bigger, it's really hard to make it in the NFL. And if you've got personal aspects of your life that are dragging you down, it's not probably going to go well. So Stetson Bennett's out right now. He's obviously got big issues to deal with, and it's a lot of people have been concerned about him. And rightfully so. It's pretty obvious there's something going on that's very unfortunate. And you hate to see somebody throw away a career. Hopefully he can get help with this, whatever it is, and get it resolved to some level. Otherwise, he's just throwing a career away. We've seen it happen. We saw it happen with Johnny Manziel. And a lot of people made that same comparison when he got arrested for that public intoxication. They're going, oh, crap, another Johnny. I hope that's not the case. So anyway, I was just going to cover this because I was, like I said, I was just kind of hoping he would go out there and do well. Anyway, Stetson's got problems. I hope he gets them resolved and gets some help for whatever he's dealing with. But it doesn't look so good. So anyway, if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Let's continue to cover the Vols, of course. And I cover SEC, and I consider this sort of an SEC type story. And if you've not subscribed, it's on your right, my left. Just hit that little button. I would appreciate it. And right over here is the most recent video that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. And we'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.